Anyway, let's go. All right.
Oh.
And what else?
Nice.
What place to host the worst of HOTS for the year?
Haunted Mines.
Yeah, the Haunted Mines. Yeah,
You guys,
the
you guys
worst
should
place in
have
HOTS.
saw. You should have saw NotParadox's face. He's like, "Why am I on this show?"
I was like, what is going on? This is much higher production quality than it was last time I was on. Which was only like, I don't know, a couple months ago.
This is just recycled graphics from last year. They didn't do anything different.
Yep.
No, it says 2018 this year.
All right, so the first category, we're doing the worst new hero release of 2018, and last year the winner was Valera.
All right, so one caveat. First of all, we all think Blizzard has done a great job with the game. This is all for fun. We all know, seriously. This is no sides here. We all very serious. This is all for fun. We all think that Blizzard did a great job in 2018. This is just more, for shits and giggles. All right, so okay, that's all.
Yeah. So anyway,
Our first
I
topic.
guess we'll throw it out to everybody and see what people think. So okay, so here's the heroes released this year that are up for the award. Blaze, Maiev, Phoenix, Deckard Cain, Yarel, Whitemane, Mephisto, Mal'Ganis, and Orphea. Actually, that's a pretty good list of heroes. But out of them,
That's really good. Yeah.
who's the worst? And I
Well, the
guess-
pretty
worst
obvious.
release, right?
Worst
So
release,
is
yeah.
it just
Release.
So it's on their release, right? It's not like just who's bad that was released this year. It's who's the worst at release. Yeah,
Well,
are we
just-
talking about like, did they like, we just don't like this hero and they added it and we're like, I wish they didn't add this hero? Or is it more like when this hero released, it was so busted and we hated the game at this release? Or is it just up to you? I mean,
Yes,
Up to
up to
you.
you.
up to you.
Okay, I'm
We have
good
no
with that.
rules here. All right, let's go to Hero Physio first.
All right. So my favorite out of this whole list is actually probably what I think the community thinks is the worst. Mephisto. I love his playstyle, love his playmaking, love all of it. Completely underplayed. I think for the community, probably the worst thing that's happened. I'm gonna speak from the pro side just because I'm representing the coach here. I'm gonna say Blaze. Blaze is probably
Blaze.
the worst hero of 2018 because they have had to tweak him so much up and down and up and down and up and down. They've had to make so many changes, and I still don't think they actually know where they are with him because originally they came out and they're like, this is a main tank. People play him as an off lane. Then they had to make changes. Now they're saying he's main tank again. And he's actually a pretty fun hero to play, but I'm going to call him the worst of 2018.
Your comment just made Blaze's bunker get 5 more health.
Probably did.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Sorry, team. Sorry.
Keep an eye on the
There was a
patch notes.
where he got 5 more health.
Yeah.
Because everybody else on the list has pretty much been balanced, and they're seeing pretty equal play. And well, the ones that were released in time for competitive play, they are actually all getting played, and the new ones are really fun too.
All right,
All right.
So,
all right, so
I want
let's
to
go
chime in
back.
though to follow up. So I also vote Blaze, but for a very different reason. He destroyed the solo lane. He ruined everything. Once he got and once he entered the Nexus, it was over. He was the best solo laner, period. And then they became very, very stale for a good 6 months. So for me, that's made it the worst.
All right, let's go to NotParadox.
All right. So not only there's a bit of history with this one, but and there's some of the history people don't actually know. So not only did Maiev have one of the most busted hero releases that you've ever seen, but still she's probably one of the best heroes in competitive play as she has the best engage ever. Yet she has 3 of them. So she has 3 of the best engages you've ever seen. But here's the thing. So when Maiev was released, we had this problem that a lot of people have called the mobility creep, where every hero in the game was getting faster and faster and faster with more mobility. And we didn't have a lot of tanks releasing during that time. So they were saying, okay, we're going to come up with a tank that can solve the mobility problem. And instead, they brought out an assassin that had more mobility. And so that was kind of the strange thing about it. And the fascinating part about Maev is that she was actually supposed to be a tank. So they didn't know how they wanted to handle her. And that's why when she first released, she had extra armor. And they said that right before PTR, they removed a self-healing thing that she had. And they just bumped up her damage. And yeah, so she could have been a lot crazier and a lot different. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things of, you were supposed to be the answer, but now you're part of the problem.
And one thing Blizzard neglected to think about was anti-mobility for fast heroes also mean anti-everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're anti-Tracer or anti-Genji, you're also anti-every other fucking hero on the roster. So you're not really the answer to anything. You're just part of the cancer that just gets added onto it.
But she's fun to play.
It is. She is. I'm trying to learn her right now, actually.
Yeah. For me, I think it's Yrel. I think in regards to the solo lane, it was either Blaze or Yrel all year long, and Yrel made it look like that Tarband was good at solo laning because she was overpowered.
Oh my god!
So Yrel gets my vote as the worst hero release because she had that one talent at level 4 where she would give 40 armor initially.
35.
Yeah, which is crazy. No one does
5
that.
seconds.
Yeah,
5 seconds.
She single-handedly ruined the solo lane and team fights and made people think they were good. Now, I'm not talking about Tarband, but they made people think that they were way better than they were.
Well,
Wait.
it was Murad's insight, I think, was more so than the armor.
Yeah, the level 1 talent. Yeah.
Well, the armor was big too. She was actually my runner-up.
Yeah, see, good. See?
Yep.
Man, I don't know. She made a lot of fun things work. I mean, Octalis
Oh my
they
god.
picked her and then just made any thing on the roster a main tank, and they were like, "Here's our new main tank."
Maybe that's why I don't like it.
Maybe.
That E jump, it's not even hard to play. You just E onto your party and that's it. You just self-sustain like a motherfucker in your solo lane. You pretty much have instant escape or survivability. And back then, that was also when she had 0 mana cost.
Mm-hmm.
And
maybe I should change my answer because of the Steed talent. That's pretty wild.
Divine Steed.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm still gonna keep it, please. Go ahead.
And then she also
a character
her
can
ultimate.
be fun to play and still be cancer.
Yeah.
I like how my argument made Hero Physio waffle on his original pick. This is great.
Well, you haven't heard my pick yet. So my pick is Mal'Ganis. I'm a little bit bitter about this because I shelled out the extra money to get him that first day he came out, and I couldn't play him because he was just insta-banned because he was just invincible and never died.
So your entire argument is based upon your own personal story here.
Yeah, I think he's a really poorly released hero. I mean, he kind of slipped under the radar too. He seemed like just like a regular hero release, wasn't built up that much, but then he ended up having this big impact on the game and never got to play him. It was just sort of like, are we just insta banned? Like, oh, he's in the game now, but he's just insta banned. Like, you don't even get to play him because whoever picked him would just be unkillable and just have so much regen. So. That's why I don't like Mal'Ganis. His release, it was bad.
It cost you money.
Yeah, then no one got to play him. Whoever else bought him never really got to play him outside of, like, they couldn't play him in a ranked or like unranked draft. You can only play him in QM.
Loxley in chat says that Mal'Ganis has Hero Physio's cheekbones.
Oh,
Nice.
Just a random thing right there. So
They're very prominent. Yeah.
All right, Bacon.
My pick's Yrel.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I'm gonna win this.
She back when she was the beginning of something really bad for the game and stale for the meta, and Blaze Blaze came first, but Yrel started this trend, in my opinion.
Of the
stale solo lane. Yep.
Yeah, really boring solo lanes. Yeah.
Yeah, like in
basically
HCC,
pick heroes who can self-sustain and never die. That way you can get the soak, and then just show up to team fights and give everybody armor. And if they focus you, just press R and then you can heal up to full. Remember.
Oh God.
So
Should we vote?
we're at a crossroads. So we vote, I guess.
Yep.
Or we.
So I think it's gonna. Okay, so Tire Baron, NotParadox, and we'll have to vote.
So we should vote between Urel and Blaze, or between.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I had to pick. I picked Urel.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Urel too.
So does this mean that if I pick Blaze, what happens? We have a 3v3 and
I'm switching.
We're in
my
a
vote to
we're in a
Urel.
we have to
paradox,
go-
aren't
I'm
we?
switching to
we have to
Urel.
go into an ARAM and decide
Yeah,
this with an actual ARAM. No, I'm still gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Urel as well because that's
Okay,
more
Urel wins.
I'm not even upset.
Wow.
I think that's a good pick.
That was a fast turn. Well, last year we had like 40-minute discussions of who to pick after we all said.
If you had a tie, it's
Yeah, if we had a tie. So I guess
We just
Urel
yell at each
wins.
other.
Worst hero release of 2018. Go fuck yourself, Urel. Fix the solo lane, please.
I think
Yes,
for
I
me,
think so.
the reason I didn't pick Blaze is because I think combustion is so much fun.
Oh.
and
like,
I actually like the
I think he'd
playmaking.
be really good.
The playmaking ability of Bunker is fun to watch too.
Yeah, like it brought a lot of really fun until people really started abusing it. It brought a lot of fun like games to watch where a bunker was dropped right before something big, everyone hopped in. And then when
Yep.
bunker dancing was a thing, that was really fun to watch until it was abused. But yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Winner is Urel. Congratulations.
Yep.
Next category is gonna be the most overrated hero in HOTS out of the entire roster.
All the heroes. All right.
Yeah.
All heroes.
So basically, who, like your teammates, gonna pick this hero and say, "I'm gonna be rich and make all the plays," and then they end up failing and costing you the game. So, what hero out of
Is it-
that roster?
Does it have to be one hero, or can it be a pair of heroes?
One hero.
Cho'Gall's one hero.
You know what I mean?
Cho'Gall is
Cho'Gall
one hero.
All right.
Blemsy's reading my mind in chat. It's Asmo.
Asmo? Wow.
Every
Okay.
single time I'll get in a game and they'll be like, "Don't worry, I've got this." And since the rework, like before that, sometimes you'd get one that would actually stack and then they'd do it, or they'd completely bomb. And now even with the new rework, still can't get the job done. But people will first pick and first ban it.
Actually, can I do mine now? Because that's
Go
the
for it.
funniest thing. Here's what happened to me with Asmodan. I said after like a couple of his nerfs, it's like he's not really that big of a deal. And I got into a game, an unranked game, and I was banning, and someone's like, ban Asmodan. I'm like, he's not really a problem on this map. And they picked Asmodan first pick, and the guy on my team was like, oh, GG.
GG.
And I was like,
Exactly.
I said, if you're really worried about it, I can just play like Zarya and just shield through all of his burst, and then we just win. And that's exactly what we did. And he didn't say anything after that. He still was like, oh, GG. And I was like, so I'm doing Asmodan as well.
Okay.
Oh wow! Holy smokes!
Out of the
I
entire
didn't-
roster.
I
You know who
didn't
else I was
expect this.
thinking of though? Like I was thinking like I don't know. I was thinking a couple different ones, but Asmodan just Artanis is the other one that I always think about, and it's like right now Artanis is good on like one map, and I feel like everyone's always talking about Artanis on like every map. They're like, "Oh, I'll just take Artanis. We'll swap. We'll win." And then you swap, they die, and they swap the tank, and the tank just hops away. And it's like if Artanis on BOE, it's good. But when I saw that Artanis had like a 30% popularity, I was like, yeah, that's a lot higher than it should be. But
I've had a
it's
game
still-
where Artanis was like, "Get ready for the swap." He swaps Garish into our team and he taunts us. Thanks. Fucking. That's why I call him. That's why I call him Fart Tanis sometimes. Okay, two Asmodans. Fringe. What's your pick?
Oh no. For me, I always disliked.
Just say it.
Say it.
I always hated seeing Genjis.
Genji.
Oh.
Because like they're always so
Genji or
bad.
Hanzo. Yeah, I figured one of those would be.
Yeah,
go
it's
for.
like they're always, at least like I'm bad, right? So my MMR is so low that I've seen so many bad Genjis, and I don't know. Like if I was playing a ranked game and I saw a Genji played on my team, I'm like, okay, we're gonna lose. So yeah.
Genji was hotly contested last year. Or by the way, the last year's most overrated hero, Kel'Thuzad.
Yeah.
And that was right when he was released. No one knew how exactly he worked, and everyone's like, "I'm gonna get the combo off." No one gets the combo off, especially the first couple months after he was released. Nowadays,
Kel'Thuzad was so overrated in Bush League.
Yep.
Talking
your
specifically to your teammate.
Who's listening right now?
He's not. No one's listening to this. All right,
Definitely.
let's go to all back.
Bacon showed his.
I picked Kerrigan.
Yeah.
Shit, Bush League favorite.
Overrated, huh? Why is he overrated?
I'm gonna hit the combo, press R, and then win the game. And the combos never get hit.
And the combos never get hit.
Yeah. Bro, I got this. Jump to a minion, combo. Oh, I died.
All right.
Oh yeah. I'll say mine.
Well, can I go first? Because mine's kind of in the same vein as Bacon's.
Go ahead.
Mine is Varian, specifically Twin Blades Varian.
What the?
A lot of players in gold.
He's overrated?
People just think,
Underrated.
I just go Twin Blades, and I can just win by just hitting people. And I don't have to do anything.
Right. No, this is overrated. Oh, back. Overrated.
Yeah, overrated.
Yeah, Varian was my number 2. I was waffling between either Varian or Genji.
Specifically, Twin Blades Varian. It's like, I'm just gonna win this game. Just go Twin Blades and just heal off of everybody and never die. It's kind of similar. My second pick would probably be Mal'Ganis because his is a little bit similar in terms of how he's played at gold. But
dude,
I just like Varian.
Did Mal'Ganis not call you after like a night of drinks or something like that? What is with you and Mal'Ganis?
Hey, I don't like his release. It kind of seeps into my other picks.
God, man.
He's just salty about the lost goal.
He'll call you. He had a great night. He'll call you. Don't worry. I promise.
I don't need him when I got the game.
All right, let's go. Back.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sergeant Hammer because once Rich played him, everyone played Hammer, and everyone was terrible at him. And everyone thought they were good. It was really frustrating.
I never saw Hammer in my ranked games.
So I saw him a lot. I saw him like, no, you're bad. Don't just siege up in front of the tower at level 1. Like, just, yeah. People thought they were good.
Sometimes on Infernal Shrines, I see him, but usually they call it out though. It's not like a last pick Hammer or something, so it's not that bad.
No, I see a lot of rich wannabes.
So, Hero Physio, you obviously you're a coach in HUC.
Yeah.
What do you think about Sergeant Hammer?
I think he's fine. I actually haven't seen him play that much. Even through my climb, Hammer was not a common pick.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. We need to pare this down. So
yeah, I vote to take off Hammer first.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we all agree on that. All right. All right. So
Genji has been nerfed so much.
Yeah, I don't think he's actually overrated. I think people value him highly because, when I did my climb, 10-1 with him and, tons of pro play. He is really good in the right hands. I think he might be overplayed in the lower ranks, but his strength is actually really high.
So Hero Physio, if you're playing in a silver game and there was a first pick Genji, how would you feel about that?
If it was me, I'm happy.
If it's not you, it's me. What if I'm doing it? How do you feel about that? Yeah, exactly. I think I've already won the argument no matter what happens now.
But I removed Genji anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
This?
Yeah, I guess
You could probably vote.
Fringe or Old Backpack, do you back any of the Kerrigan or Twin Blades talk?
I go Varian because Varian was my number 2 pick.
I go
OVP.
Asmodan.
Oh,
There you go.
Asmodan?
Here it is.
Asmodan.
All right, Began, just choose Asmodan. I know you're gonna do it.
Or are you gonna choose Varia?
Asmodean's a pretty good pick. Oh, yeah.
Not that good.
I think. Yeah, Asmodean. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll back that.
Okay.
Nice.
It's
But
all
he
about
was
win-
overpowered for a bit after the rework.
Yeah, but he's been nerfed significantly.
I think it's just kind of annoying that you have to use a ban on him all the time, no matter what.
Or just don't ban you.
Just to appease your teammates, right?
Yeah,
Just to-
yeah.
just
have
to
for that,
please
yeah,
the
just to
teammates.
appease the
that's
Yeah,
fair.
you have to be like,
That's
oh,
fair.
ban Asmodean. Oh shit, you didn't ban Asmodean. Well, GG. I'm playing fucking.
Well,
Bushies.
Asmodean stacks
Bang.
pretty easily on lower level games.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
He stacks really quick. That 400
Yeah.
goes by really quick.
All right,
Alright,
so
this-
the most overrated hero is Asmodean.
Cool.
Yeah.
And this is kind of a weird one. Fringe, you want to explain this category?
This is not my.
I'll do this. I'll do this.
Yeah, okay.
So the next category is the best completely insignificant visual graphic. If you guys watch the show, you guys know that Tower Baron just loves stupid shit, like wind blowing in trees, like how Leort's mop makes enemies wet, like how White Mane's cat, lets himself when she's mounted, stupid shit like that, or Brightwing's little shimmer for her Halloween outfit. So this is the best, most entirely insignificant visual graphic. So Tower Baron, what is it? So there's no voting, just his vote.
All right. So I gave Bacon an image. I don't know if he has it ready for the show.
I have it
But,
ready.
Oh no.
but it's going to be Leoric's Entomb with the Janitor Leoric skin. It's where the Entomb is a Japanese bathroom. And it has that squatting toilet. See, I was actually looking at it, and there's the toilet tank's in the upper left-hand corner. What the hell is that?
That's
Has anyone been to
Japan.
Japan? What is that?
Yeah, I mean they have the water
Tank
pressure
sitting up
above
on a-
above the thing.
yeah.
What's that?
Bidet.
And it's a bidet.
It's
Shooting
a
out.
bidet.
Wait, do Japanese toilets or Asian toilets like that you squat over have a bidet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so the bidet not so much like that, but yes, they have bidet.
Yeah.
Is that something you flush? Is that thing on the upper left? Is that what you flush?
Yes. Yes, it is.
So you have to shit and then stand up over your shit and then flush it.
Yes.
Hey, man, you power your shit, dude. You're power. You're like it's it's.
Well,
big.
why is that tank up so high? I don't know. But
Gravity, man. The higher the water is, more pressure you get.
okay.
I'm surprised that Tower Baron's not like, oh, the water goes the other way around.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
it's
is.
the other way
I'm
around.
surprised you didn't say
Oh yeah, that's funny.
And a close second I had, close runner-up, was actually from the new Stitches teddy bear skin. On his putrid bile, it actually has a fart that's a rainbow. And his shit is like this blue bubbly stuff with little jacks in it. So, yeah, that was actually pretty cool. That was a good touch because I wasn't expecting to put that rainbow on the fart. Now you can actually see it. He's actually shitting, So.
like these developers for HOTS are super awesome. They have all this weird shit that unless you don't, if you pay attention, there's always like these little
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs that you find all the time. It's really cool.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Like Floppy Unicorn is so fun to ride around too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy it because I'm the only software developer in the squad, so I understand how you guys don't take notice to it, but I notice all the details.
Hey, that's a big shout out to
I
the
mean,
Blizz art team.
I mean, I guess you have a lot of time to look at the map when you're spending it all dead.
Yeah.
I'm busy winning the game, son.
Yeah, I'm having
Even when I'm
Scott
with
good
her.
Bush League. I don't have to do anything. I'm good.
The only detail that I'm familiar with is victory.
Well,
Or is it victory?
Actually, Bacon, since I'm Leoric all the time, I got stuff to do whether I'm dead or not. So
Because he can slow people and drain them when they're dead. When he's dead.
Yep.
and he can get
Fantastic.
stacks on his what's the name of that talent at 16? The one that gives him more attack speed, the one that no one likes. I forget. But anyway.
All right. Well, there you go.
That was cool. All right, next topic is going to be the worst rework of 2018. And as far as I'm aware, or the creator of the show notes is aware, here are the reworks.
Yep.
Brightwing, Kerrigan, Tyrande, Chromie, Stukov, Artanis, Asmodan, Raynor, Diablo, Lunara, Varian, Medivh, Sonya, Tyrael, Malfurion, Sylvanas, Stitches.
It's like all the heroes.
Yeah.
A lot of reworks.
That's a lot
I
of
mean,
reworks.
good job, dev team, right?
Yeah, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well,
Which one sucks the most?
I think it's either Medivh or Stukov. I'm just gonna say Stukov
I
because
know you're gonna say Stukov, damn it.
I agree.
I used to play
Stukov.
Stukov all the time, and they kind of ruined it. He was so good. Now he's not good. But to be fair though,
You're just butthurt because there's a new. Have you seen NotParadox's recent video, sir, about the new Stukov
yes.
playstyle?
I subscribed and I clicked the bell, so I get all of the all of NotParadox's YouTube videos.
It's a pretty fun build, but I mean I agree. I'm not gonna pick Stukov for it, but I do agree that I felt like he had a couple really strong play styles, and now after his change, the only thing I've been able to make work is that, and just because you can be really aggressive in the beginning.
Well, he's at a point in the middle where people aren't used to his silence, so you can catch people off guard by picking Stukov.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So who else picked Stukov besides French?
I haven't picked it, but did another person pick Stukov?
Nope.
Well, he's number 2 for me.
All right.
Oh, what's your number 1? Oh, backpack.
Diablo. He
What?
is way too overtuned.
Whoa.
Wow.
No, I prefer old Diablo much better, where he was bursty and have a tank killer. Now he just lives forever. Like, he's overtuned. Even now. They haven't changed it at all. It's made the tank meta so stale. It's like, are you playing Diablo or are you playing Jirash?
You know,
That's all you
Lashley
have.
hates Diablo too, so he would like give you a high five right now if he was here.
Yeah.
Really interesting. NotParadox, what's your pick?
Chromie for sure. So
What? Okay. I'm gonna stop you there.
Oh no.
Everybody hated Chromie. This rework put her off the map, in my opinion.
Yes.
This is a good
I
rework.
think they could have done something different. So the problem with Chromie was that her damage could be dealt from like really far away. And instead of them fixing that part of it that people didn't like about her dealing damage really far away, they could have made it to where she was still about delayed spells, but at a much closer range, and then had like unique ways to deal with the fact that she's at a closer range. And yet all they did was transition all of her damage from Q onto utility on W, and still is doing all of her damage from really far away. It's just barely any damage. And I think that's just kind of dumb because she just doesn't feel good anymore. Everyone just dodges your abilities because they're all easy to see. And when you do combo someone, you do like 10 damage. And so she doesn't feel good to play anymore. I would have liked to see if the long range was the problem, I would have liked to see them find a way to make it to where you could still do a lot of damage if you were close range. But now, like, one of her ults is just dead. Her whole win rate's because she has another ult both of her ults are like the only reason she has win rates. Just because they're both good, but they still need team to follow up. You don't have anything you can do by yourself anymore.
You know, I do agree with NotParadox, but I've been on record like 2 years ago when she came out. I said that I hated her, so I'm glad she's no longer played anymore. But he is right. NotParadox is 100% correct.
Is that also a vote?
No. God no. I want her. I don't want her to see her played anymore.
I will also put my vote for Chromie for the same reasons that NotParadox mentioned. When they added the ability to see where the W was going to land, not doing any damage. And I agree they didn't really fix the problem. The problem was that she can put out damage with the W and you don't really know where it was going to be. She just get like free damage. So once you were able to see it, then everyone just dodges it and she's not really effective anymore. You kind of ruin the hero. So.
All right. Well, let's go to our favorite HUC coach.
I know this is going to sound like I have a lot of hate for this hero, but I don't. I think it's just because of the way they did it. So Asmodan's my pick again.
Oh,
But here we
Again.
So when they redid like Kerrigan, right? You had a dead alt like Ultralisk. They gave it a completely new functionality. What I don't like about Asmodance is Blackpool. What does Blackpool do? It just gives you a bit more damage now. So like there's no real rework there. I think Blizzard is usually really creative with the way that they redo things, and like some of the talent trees like options that they gave. I like some of those, but I think for that reason I'm going to throw Asmodan up there.
Yeah, it is true though. Like they removed Blackpool used to be able to like not just use it for your queue. It was most commonly used with your queue, but there was like another build that ProCraft was running for a while where you drop Blackpool when you're really close to an enemy, and you'd use a % health damage thing that, or it was just like an activatable that you used on the enemy and your E at the same time, and the crit damage of both of those would do like a full health bar. And I thought that was interesting. Yeah, like you could do like all these gimmicky things with that bonus damage. Now your bonus damage is literally just Q plus. It's just that's all it is. It's just a
that was very purposeful though.
Yeah, it's just not an exciting ult. They might as well just have made it a trait.
Yeah. Also, by the way, this is just for blemish. I'm drinking the BlizzCon coffee stout. Boom. Yeah, just want to let you know. All right, sorry. So Bacon.
All right. Even though I have a hatred for this hero, I think the goal of the rework was not met, and so I'm gonna pick Chromie. But I hate this hero with all my heart. I'm glad that she's out of the meta. But in terms of the goals of the rework, what they were trying to do, what they said they were going to do, misses all around. And she's shit. Just.
Yeah. I actually agree with Tire Baron, Bacon, and NotParadox, to be honest. But I just don't like Chromie at all. Like, I think there's a.
Yeah, I think she needed some change because she wasn't fun to play against, but she was fun to play. So they needed to find a way to make it to where she's still fun to play, but she's more easily countered so that she's still fun to play against. I think that's where the issue came from Chromie, and I don't think they did that. Now it's just easy to dodge her abilities, pretty much.
Yep. All right, so this Chromie next, wins. Yeah, Chromie wins. Congratulations. All right, so the next topic is kind of a combination of the most tilting pick that your teammate can do, and also the worst teammate behavior that you encounter.
I'm going first.
Okay.
Level 20, 5-man team wipe, get camps.
Right, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
what
it.
else?
Saying GG after the first kill in the first minute of the game.
Can I one up that? Can I say saying GG in draft before?
Yes.
Before like anything majors happened. No, that's funny though.
He's going Probius. Oh, this is GG. What the fuck?
Yeah, I think for me, it's the people who chat who don't actually add anything to the game. Just the people that are like, oh, we should have done that, but like the game's over and it's like doesn't really matter at that point. Like you should be chatting to like try to win things rather than just chatting after you lose something and going like, oh, it was gray main. It's like, well, we could have changed around the team fight a little bit or planned this out. Or I don't know. Like there's so many, I could rant on this for days, I think. The ones that like they hover nothing in draft and then you pick something and they're like, I'm a support main. I'm like, well, I'm sorry. You didn't hover anything. You didn't say anything. Like two or three seasons ago, I used to always like copy and paste something that said like support main, but can do whatever, like support/mage main, but can do whatever. And I did it like every single time. Now most people know me and I know most people that I play with, but generally, I still see that happen all the time where, like, I'll pick something and someone's like, I only can play support. I'm like, then say something.
Sounds like NotParadox has been playing with Tire Baron a lot.
A man apart in chat has a good one. Quote unquote, let them win.
Oh, yeah.
That's a tilted player trying to tilt others. I have one in giraffe specifically. let's say Mal'Ganis is just released and you're drafting Hero League, and the first pick person hovers Mal'Ganis and then goes AFK.
Oh.
And obviously Mal'Ganis is going to be banned, and then they come back to like a Nova, first pick Nova or something. You're like, what? And the guy's all pissed. What the fuck? Who banned Mal'Ganis? Like, no, you AFK'd, you idiot.
You AFK'd.
Yeah. Of course Mal'Ganis was going to be banned. And another one is, I made it to the front page of Reddit, this Anna healing the crap out of an Illidan. Illidan dies too far, and it says zero heals.
There's like 4 heals that happened on an Illidan that dove into a tower. It's like 0 heals. And then did you see the comments afterwards? Like he sent him a message and he's like, here's a clip from when I recorded this. And the guy's like, I don't care, you're bad. Like, okay. Welcome to Reddit then.
Yeah,
man.
Robotics says pick a good healer, but not Tyrande.
Oh,
What the fuck do you mean?
I like Tyrande.
But for me, this is a GankBush Squad specific. But when someone highlights or hovers over Ragnaros, no matter what the map is, there's certain people who only play Ragnaros or think that Ragnaros is really good, and that tilts me like no end. That's all.
I think he has a pretty good win rate.
Yeah, he did.
Not with me.
I think the worst behavior is, I'm surprised no one's mentioned it, it's just like the open toxicity. Like I think it's funny sometimes when they're just being funny and like they're just joking, you'll move on to the next game. But there are ones that are really serious. Even if it's not directed at me, if it's directed at somebody else, still don't want that in my game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always love the people that especially at the lower levels that want a shot call, but their shot calls are all bad.
I was gonna mention that too. Like the people that will like make calls and then get mad when people don't follow their calls, yet they were like really dumb calls. And I'm like, I don't know how to tell you this, and they're like, you're not listening to anything. It's like I tried, but
shut up and heal me.
Take all the camps.
What's your tagline, Fringe? Go back to bronze.
Go back to bronze.
That's what Fringe will tell people.
But we are in bronze, Fringe average.
Yeah, I know. I've told that to Hero Physio before too.
See, that's that kind of funny kind of flame where you're just like, haha, moving on.
Right.
It's kind of clever.
Yeah. I always like the guy's like, let's go get a gank. So he goes by himself. He doesn't look at the mini map, and like the entire team's in that bush, and they kill him, and he doesn't say anything after that. I always find that very funny.
I think my favorite's team. They run into die alone. And they're like, team?
Yeah.
Yep, that's.
Wait, I like that
it's
one.
our fault that you ran.
I think that
one
one wins. I think team.
That's what the Ragnaros players do in the bush and GankBush Squad. They do that. The Ragnaros players. Anyway, that's all. Blemish sucks.
What about KT living bomb spreaders? Those are pretty bad.
Not gonna lie, that's me sometimes in Grandmasters. Like, well, okay, so I want to ask a question about that in particular. All day that I was playing, I felt like the living bomb was like harder to see today. Like normally it's like this bright white orange for me, and today it was like a dark. Like I'm actually gonna clip it to see if it was just like because my graphics card sometimes does weird stuff like that, where like it only load like certain things, and I have a feeling that's the problem. But I am wondering, is that happened to you guys since this patch? Have you played against a KT in this patch?
It could be different skins have different flame effects for KT.
Maybe I just haven't seen that skin. Maybe I don't know. Weird, but it was just strange. But yeah, I've spread some bombs in my lifetime.
Yeah.
What else have you spread?
You know, the good Lord,
Yo, cheeks.
the good Lord, our Lord and Savior, Murky.
What's the poor
Is there
girl's
voting on
name?
this one?
Sorry.
I just like how Hero Physio's warped mind started laughing immediately after that joke. He went to a dark place in his head, and he won't say it out loud though. But...
I mean, I'll say it. I mean, I guess with this category, there's actually no winner.
No,
there's no winner.
Only losers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Actually, my TS Ninja wrote blames the healer. That's all I did too. You didn't heal me.
Yeah.
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 We've all been there
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. All
Not
right.
Hero Physio,
Well,
though. He doesn't play healer. He doesn't play healer in Hero League.
Never.
It's only Hanzo or Vala.
One
Yeah.
All right, guys. Move on.
yeah. Those are all
Okay.
good suggestions, and they all win
Yep.
in our hearts.
They all win in our
Yes.
hearts.
Yeah.
They're all the worst behaviors.
If we could package this one person and manifest them into a being and shoot him in the head, that'd be nice.
If we could package
Huh?
all of these
Whoa.
behaviors, I could name like 3 people right now that match that person.
Are they on this call right now?
They're
Not to be
definitely not the
morbid.
type of people to actually sit and watch any content to learn anything. So I'm guaranteeing that they're not here.
That was all
They're
figurative.
They're
and a
in
metaphor,
Hero
by the
League
way.
right now. All 3 of them are in Hero League right now, writing enough for their dissertation on toxicity, co-authoring it, and going through all of it one game at a time. Yes, that is those people. We can move on though. We're good.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a name to drop.
Good.
Oh, I'm just gonna put out there. I don't condone murder. Okay.
Yes, well
Okay.
said.
That's good.
That was all figurative and metaphors, whatever. Okay, next topic. The final topic for the Tower Bears. Worst overall hero.
Ooh.
Yes.
The good thing about this year, it can't be Probius.
Yeah. Again.
Why not?
No, he's still
Yeah,
on.
yeah.
Probius is still on the cast.
No.
Yeah, and actually, I vote Probius.
Oh my.
No one wants to be a probe. Like I want to be a demon like Maldianus. I want to be the devil, Diablo. I don't want to be a probe. That's not my dream.
Do you really want to be a probe? Do you really want
No.
to vote Probius?
I vote Probius.
All right.
Fine.
This is gonna be hard for Bacon, I guess, to pull this, but I think the worst hero for anyone who played Team League was Cho'Gall.
Oh yeah.
Like he ruined some. Like you would draft a straight comp and then there'd be a Cho'Gall. Like that was so annoying in Team League. Like I hated that. We would actually have to waste a ban just so that we didn't have to play against a Cho'Gall. Like I couldn't stand. I hate Cho'Gall. And he's actually kind of good. Like before, like the last season, but like he was so good in Team League.
yeah.
Sorry, Bacon.
I did
Did you get both of them?
it. Yeah. I got
Yeah.
both of them.
Oh, he did.
Well done.
Oh shit! Nice.
Nice.
I think Cho'Gall. I think he like. I hate Cho'Gall.
Chat says Diva, Vikings, Chen.
No.
No, the worst character is Rexar. No one knows how to play with him. He
You
just
guys
kind of
hurt me.
does his own thing. Not a lot of.
When's the
What
last
is-
you saw Rexar?
What is Rexar good at besides sneaking camps?
He's good on Braxis.
Supposedly he was good at holding Braxis top point, but even then,
he's a solo lane bully. But then you kind of lose in the late game if you can't, because he doesn't do good in team fights. So
But
yeah,
but you never. When do you see a Rexar? Like never.
a few
When-
times
when
on
you play
Braxis
with
I've
Hero
seen
you,
Physio.
Rexar.
yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, if you play with Tenadaki, you're gonna see it every time you get on Dragonshire.
Oh, those are all my mains up there.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. LFM used Cho'Gall on Volskaya in the first half of the season, right?
Mhm.
We used to be a Cho'Gall team.
Ugh.
Oh god.
Yeah.
What about Hero? What's your pick?
All right, mine's gonna be Samuro because
Oh.
in order to play him properly, you have to make use of, I'm gonna call them unintended interactions, to use them to his fullest, like being able to hearth with one of your clones and go back and flip back and forth, and then being able to, like, you're supposed to clone on like a wall so that your clones walk there. Like there's a whole bunch of these small interactions that aren't intuitive for a lot of players and they don't know how to do them, so you can't play Samuro to his fullest potential if you don't know how to use these unintended interactions. So it's going to be Samuro.
But so you're a Masters player and you're upset that people don't play him at a Masters level.
No, just that the design of him, but because you in order to play him at the highest level, you have to, I'm not going to say it's bug abuse, but it's, using these interactions that I don't think were intended to be there.
Yeah.
I could agree with that. I could definitely agree with that. So for mine, it's kind of it's a character that's actually played a lot in pro play, so I think that it's going to be a little bit strange, but I'll explain. It's Tassadar for me. And as someone who pretty much one-tricked Tassadar in the beginning, I felt like there were so many things you could be doing on him. Like he used to have all these variations of his builds where like one build, for example, could be like kind of like a tank Tassadar. So my favorite build, let me explain my favorite build. Let's go all the way back to 2015, all right? We're going on an adventure, guys. We're going on an adventure.
Oh my god.
Back in 2015, there was this build you could do.
I'm going to get a beer.
I'm ready for this story.
You could put shields on everyone on your team, and so you would be constantly like bouncing around shields, trying to keep shields on the right amount of people, making sure that everyone had shields. You could put shields permanently on structures. So in the early portions of the game, you'd be like putting shields on structures so that they could stay there forever until like you reach like mid to late game, and you had like all these defenses set up. And then you get to level 13, right? You get this talent that's like, oh, your E's cooldown is lowered, and you move like twice as fast when you use your E. And then your level 16 talent's like, oh, well, when you use your E, you heal for your full health bar. So what happened is I would go in and I would be like shielding everyone. I'd be throwing down stuff. I'd be throwing walls everywhere. And then you would have this area where you would be like in front of everything, taking a bunch of damage, and you'd use your E, you'd heal up to full and kind of get behind your tank at that point and get back. And like what you had to do on Tassadar was this really active, fun play style. Now Tassadar is a backpack. It's just a backpack. You just literally follow around Lutano as Lutano plays, and you literally just sit there and press Q on, or Mockery if Mockery's playing Tracer. You just follow him around. You just press Q, and that's like all you do on Tassadar now. You press W for a wave, Q on Lutano or Mockery, and then you get MMR. That's it. It's just boring.
Back then, though, Tassadar could do that and do all that shit you were talking about. So he was OP back then.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was the thing that was like everyone had things like that. Like his win rate back then was like 54% in pro play. It's not like he was busted. I mean, there are people with higher win rates in pro play. It's just that he had so many things to do that were really fun and rewarding that just were cool. Like you could put shield on everyone. How do you counter a blow up comp these days? Now everyone has an extra 200 to 500 health depending on how long the game is. That's cool. But yeah. So now to me, I mean, maybe this is just me being salty at a rework that happened like 2 years ago. But where was I on this show 2 years ago when we were talking about rework? But no, that's my issue with Tassadar. Is I just feel like he's just a backpack these days.
I want to get NotParadox a Tassadar like plush doll and give it to him.
Oh yeah.
All right, Bacon.
This is more of a personal one, and I know it's not gonna win, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. Alex Straza.
What?
What?
Explain yourself.
Yeah.
Why?
All right, let me put it up there. Alex Straza, a hero that is completely dependent on a 2-minute cooldown to be effective.
Oh. 2.5 minute cooldown.
2.5.
2.5 minutes.
See, that's...
But it's so strong.
She has to trade health to heal her allies, and then she also she has a window of effectiveness, which is over 75% health, and that's really easy to dip below. And once you're underneath that threshold, then she's absolutely zero healing with her Q. Her W is her W has a lot of weaknesses and counter plays. So she's only basically at like very map specific Infernal Shrines maybe pick, and you gotta last pick her. Yeah, that's what I think.
I can see why you hate it.
She has her place though.
But she looks really good.
I mean, she is thick Straza.
Yeah.
Big Straza.
Well, even in chat, everyone has their own idea. Like someone like Skipto said Chen. Like literally everyone has their own opinion. There's no consensus
Chen's
anywhere.
a good one. Well, just what Alex Straza, she can do a lot of healing if you play really back, dodge a lot of abilities, but it's not effective healing. During team fights, unless you get the perfect timing for Dragon and Cleansing Flame, you're not able to defend against Burst. And it's a very bursty meta right now. It's been for a while. And unless you get the perfect Dragon timing with a Cleansing Flame, you're not going to save somebody out of position.
Well, I watched the NotParadox video on like Lifebender, and I had a really good win rate. So what are you talking about? Lifebender, whatever it was called.
Lifebender.
Lifebender, yeah.
You're Lifebender, Tychus. You're now a woman.
I have a new Alex video now. I will say no. I'm just, but yeah, I don't know. I could see it. You did start off by saying this is a personal one, so I could definitely see it. I've got a few characters that like people pick, and I'm like, that's just a bad character, and like, people keep picking it, and it's a normal win rate character. I just don't like it for whatever reason. All right, so now how does this work? We
all vote for a hero that's not ours, and then we narrow it down.
Okay. I'm gonna change mine to Samuro then, right off the bat. The same problem with the rework, honestly. Like he was kind of like a specialist before, where you could like clone, and then your clones would just like go off in lane, and like they would soak for you, they'd get kills, they would do stuff, and you could like go sneaky and kill a different person in another lane. Now you have to like micro everything, and all your clones do no damage. So I'm swapping over to Samuro. I mean, his win rate's high and everything, but whatever. I'm moving over to Samuro.
Yeah. So I guess if I have to pick one of the others, I don't want to pick Cho'Gall just because, Blizzard tried to do all these kind of fun, wacky heroes. Like, without them trying that, we wouldn't have, like, Abathur and all these other guys, which I'm sure people want to remove from the game. But I don't want to pick Rexxar or Probius either, so it's Cho'Gall.
I vote Samuro.
I vote Cho'Gall.
I vote Tassadar.
Oh, God, it's the same problem that we have.
We just keep spinning around now.
Wait, there's 3 Samurais.
Wait. So,
I thought there was 3
after this
Samurais.
first round of voting, we remove Rexxar and Alexstrasza, right?
Okay.
And Probius.
And
Probius didn't make it too.
Yeah, Probius.
Okay. So, any second arguments you guys want to make? Which Fringe with Cho'Gall?
He was just so bad in Team League, that's all. And quick match.
And quick match.
It was awful.
Well, unless you're playing them, yeah. If someone else picks me, like, damn it.
Exactly.
With the Cho'Gall.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I might change mine to Cho'Gall just because it is kind of annoying to play against. And you get in like Team League, it is kind of dominated with Cho'Galls. And sometimes it's pretty predictable. Like you'll see a game where they first ban a Nubrock and you're like, oh, that's kind of common. And then they next ban like Malthael and you're like, okay, just ban Gall.
Yeah, I don't know. But
yeah. And you can tell, like, with their... Also, too, like, if you're trying to ban like that to pick Cho'Gall, you can tell that just based on their bans, they know what's up, right? But they might be letting Cho'Gall through, so you have to pick Cho'Gall early, but they already have the counter picks ready. So the game's not fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Close.
So do we vote for him, Cho'Gall then?
Sounds like we got 3 for Cho'Gall. I'm sticking with Tassadar.
I think it's 3-2 now. Cho'Gall.
Swing
Cho'Gall?
vote. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cho'Gall wins worst overall hero. Who was worst last year?
Probius.
Probius, yeah, Probius. All right. Then we got to start the Bushy Awards, right?
The Bushies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the last one from the Tower Berries.
Yep.
All right.